Congressman Brian Mast of Florida, chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. First of all, I just want to get your idea on the pushback now from the left. You're on the Hill. What are they saying about this? Don't make our cities safer?
I think you're reading exactly what the pushback is. They recognize that they have a liability for something, crime, systemic in these cities that they haven't dealt with. They always make big promises. They don't do anything about it. And now you have a president that's saying, I'm taking this seriously. I'm going to go in there, use the resources of the people to protect the people, and I'm going to make a difference. And I'm not going to let up until that difference is made. They're on the losing side of it, but they just don't know when to stop digging their own holes.
Chairman Mast, how hard is it to go into a city when you know that law enforcement now has to coordinate with all of these different people, so on and so forth? I mean, the job has got to be mighty, and it is working in some of these places that it's already been tried, all of them where it's been tried. So why wouldn't people want that?
We could say the same thing. Communication, like in a marriage, is important, right? So for the law enforcement, the sheriff's departments, the police departments, the National Guard, everybody, they have to have that coordination. But when they work together, DC is a perfect example of, you know what, you can deliver real results because of the way that you're augmenting one another, the way that you can get into the communities, have more presence, be on the ground, do things that you just simply didn't have the resources to do before, and you make a difference in the lives of people that would have otherwise been victims.
You know, I want to draw attention to your military service. And first of all, thank you for it. And also lean on your leadership here. The left says, oh, it looks like our streets are occupied by, you know, a military force that could potentially hurt citizens. What is your response when you hear things like that?
The moment that your government starts to worry more about appearance, that's when you really have to worry about what's going on. When the government says, well, we're worried about the appearance of how this security force is going to look here. We're worried about the appearance of an armed vehicle that protects the people that are inside of it. That's when those that are really tasked with protection really have to worry about what's going on. That's not responsible government to think about the appearance instead of the results.
Well, for the second time this month, the U.S. military has carried out another deadly strike on Venezuelan drug cartels. And President Trump announced just yesterday that on his order, 3 narco-terrorists were killed in waters in the southern Caribbean. He posted, "Be warned, if you are transporting drugs that can kill Americans, we are hunting you." The illicit activities by these cartels have wrought devastating consequences on American communities for decades, killing millions of American citizens. No longer. Well, it was nearly 2 weeks ago that the president announced the first strike had killed 11 alleged members of the brutal Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. And the president just today said there was even more military action.
Well, I would say this right away. Stop sending Tren de Aragua into the United States. Stop sending drugs into the United States. We knocked off actually 3 boats, not 2, but you saw 2. And the problem is there are very few boats out in the water. There are not a lot of boats out in the water. Stop sending people from your prisons into our country.
Talk to me about this operation and its efficacy.
Just number one, president has the Article 2 authority to protect the United States of America and all of our people from these clear and present national security threats. What I would tell these terrorists, and these are now rightfully labeled foreign terrorist organizations by the president, he has said that their existence will no longer continue. Total commitment to ending their existence, whether it's Tren de Aragua, whether it's the Jalisco cartel, MS-13, the Gulf cartel, you know, take your pick of all these, Sinaloa, all those that are labeled. They should be perfectly aware that we have incredible human intelligence, incredible geospatial intelligence, incredible intelligence across the board to know where their movements are, what it is that they are moving, and it is coming to a total end. They are on notice by this president.
You know, we haven't really had much of an update yet, just in terms of the stoppage of flow into this country of drugs. But there has to be an impact. First of all, we see the illegal movement at the border has come to almost 0 now. But the ability to get this into the country is coming on water. I mean, this is like chapter 2, if you will.
Let me give you just the most common sense reaction. If you're a mariner and you're leaving Venezuela or somewhere else in the Gulf of America, and you know that there are drugs, fentanyl, something else aboard your vessel, you are looking up into the sky, wondering what it is that is targeting you right now, and whether you are going to leave that shore with that vessel or whether you are going to turn in that vessel. That's the effect that this is having right now and our ability to bring this to an end.
And when you hear world leaders in those countries like Venezuela pressing against this, it almost makes your point. Your last quick word.
Yeah, we don't care, what their point is on that. It's not going to be a part of what affects the lives and the betterment of our citizens in the United States of America any longer. That is our commitment.
Chairman Mast, great state of Florida. Thank you. Good to see you.
Take care.